Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to achieve this brow look using the brow kit that I sell. So this is my kit. I'll show you how to use everything inside. This is your brow razor, comes with a guard. This I only recommend using on your brows. This is your angled brow brush. This is great for really perfecting that look. Also, this is what you would dip into your brow pomade. This is a wand that's great to just brush everything in place. Next you have your brow scissors. I love that this is on an angle. It's just so much easier to cut. There is a comb attached. I like to use it sometimes, but for this video I'm going to take it off because we have that brow brush. Here's my favorite part of the kit, my brow pomade I designed. It's very similar to Anastasia's. This is my dark brown, except mine is a little bit more oil-based. I like that it's movable and it doesn't flake. It does last all day as well, and it comes off easier. If you follow me on Instagram at Marilyn Federico Beauty, you can see the 3 shades that I created. This is an aftershave moisturizer, just so the area doesn't get irritated. I just like to make sure my hair is completely out of my face. It just makes this whole process easier. Now I'm just going to brush my eyebrows into place. I like to use the scissors without the comb just because we have the wand already where we could brush everything in place. So now I'm just going to brush everything down, and I'm going to trim all that extra hair that's going past your hairline. So just keep brushing and trimming. So again, I'm just going to brush everything down and then trim all that extra hair that's underneath the eyebrow. As you can see, the way that I'm holding the scissors is in the same direction of my eyebrow. That's how you know that you're doing it properly. I like to go back through a few times and just keep brushing down to see if that hair is longer and needs to be trimmed, so everything just kind of falls into place. So this is your brow razor. I just recommend using this for the brows. I don't use it for anything else on my face. This isn't dermaplaning or anything like that. So it's just to clean up the eyebrows. So now you're just going to stretch the skin and just gently glide the razor down to the top of the eyebrow. So you're going to repeat the same process on the other side, and just be sure that your razor is facing downward. And just make sure that you're doing nice, clean, gentle strokes. You don't want to apply too much pressure and irritate the skin. So I'm going to work my way to the middle of the eyebrows. I like to go down and then to the side. I like to try to get every direction I can the hair is growing. If you go against the grain, it's better because you get the hair right at the root. So now we're working underneath the brow. You just want to hold that skin tight just because this area is a little looser than the top of your brow. So you just want to be sure that you're stretching the skin. As you can see, I'm holding my razor in a position where I am still going against the grain, but I'm doing very gentle strokes. I like to go through and just be sure that I got all the hair, so I kind of go back through underneath, and as you can see, I'm going to flip the razor and go against the grain and follow underneath that hairline. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Do you see how I'm holding my razor? It's just really important that you follow that hairline. You don't want to dig into the brow and ruin the shape of your eyebrow. And as you can see, I'm just double checking to make sure that I didn't miss any hairs. So I just want to show you again the way that I'm holding my razor and the way you would move it, working on each side of your face. As you can see, I'm going in a downward motion, and then when I go underneath, you're going to stretch the skin, and I'm going against the grain. You just want to be sure, again, you're not digging into your skin, just light strokes. Now I'm just going to apply some of the After Shave Moisture Cream. This is just if the skin feels a little irritated, it soothes it. And I just apply a little on my pinky and rub in all the areas that we use the razor. Next I have my Dip Brow Pomade. I use shade Dark Brown. Next you're going to use your angled brow brush. So since this is a new brush, it's a little full. So what you're going to do is apply the product onto the brush and just make sure you get it all over the brush. You just don't want it cakey. So we'll just wipe off any excess clumps or anything like that. You just want it to be very smooth. So now I'm going to apply the product along the shape of my eyebrow. As you can see, I'm using the angle of my brush, more of the pointy side, to really fill in those areas where I want it to look a little darker. So my product is very smooth, it's light, and it's good for your skin. I have organic castor oil I add to mine, just to give you that movement, but it also has so many benefits. It's great anti-inflammatory, it restores your skin, it also helps prevent acne, and supposedly it helps hair growth. So it's good, there's a lot of benefits, and it's just nice to have a product that's more movable and not so heavy and cakey. So what I usually do is leave the front of my eyebrow for the end. I usually like to brush that through and not apply too much product in that area. Usually a brow is lighter in the front, and then as you go down the brow it gets a little darker and deeper in color, so that's the look that I like to achieve. Now I'm just going to repeat the same process on the other side. Next, I'm just going to take this to brush the brow and blend all that product just so everything looks nice and smooth. Next, I've applied product to my angled brush. I'm just working on the inner parts of my brow. I'm doing nice light strokes. You don't want a lot of product in this area. As you can see where the angled brush is, I'm showing you here. I'm just following along this line and just doing nice light strokes. Next, I'm going to take the wand and I'm going to just brush upward. I like to do this to fade that dark color, just so it almost looks like an ombre look. It starts from lighter on the inner parts of your eyebrow and then gets gradually darker as it goes to the end of your brow. Now you'll find you'll have color sitting on the top of your brows. It's okay, it's completely fine. What I do is I just take a concealer brush, a flat brush, and I just go through and clean that up. There's nothing on this brush right now. This is just cleaning up the product that's around the brow. Now I'm just going to speed through this process because I'm just doing the same thing on this side as I did the other side. Again, just adding more color to the inner part of the brow, stroking up, and then you can also go into the brow if you see any patches that you need to fill in with color. Now I'm taking my wand, brushing upward, and just fading in that area. It's going to be lighter on the inner corners of the brow, and then again it gets darker as you go to the end of the brow. I'm just going to use my finger this time just to clean up that extra color that I have sitting on top of my brow. If you don't have that brush, it's no big deal. You could just use your finger. Now this is a step that I do when I do my makeup. I just apply concealer to that brush and I just go along my brows and just clean up all that extra color. It also gives you a nice crisp look and just helps you shape your eyebrow. Now this part might not be for everybody, this is just what I like to do to give you that nice clean crisp look. Now I'm working underneath the brow, just following along that hairline, and any excess concealer that you have, when you're done, don't worry if it looks a little cakey right now. What you would do is just blend down like I'm doing, and it will all blend in. So if you feel like the inner parts of your brow are a little too square, you could just go in and kind of round them out a little for a more natural look. And here's the finished look. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe to my channel. If you're interested in a brow kit, please find me on Instagram at Marilyn Federico Beauty.